Hey, what's up, gamers, and welcome to another exciting big game announcement. That's right, Update 16 is now live. Those of you that own Going Medieval, go and download it immediately. It is awesome, amazing. I've already done some little plays with it. Definitely go check it out. It is titled Bandit Camps and Ambushes. It's now live, as I said. Fixes and improvements from the experimental branch are now stable, tested, and present in this update, which will include ambushes, bandit camps, enemy settlements, and much, much more. So, let me go ahead and start off by saying that all of this becomes available once you research and unlock cartography. That is the big step to move all of this forward. So make sure that you research and unlock cartography and you build the cartographer's table. Once you do that, you can start visiting other parts of the map. Some of you are probably already familiar with this, sending out trade caravans. However, there is a new caveat with that. You will be ambushed along the way. There's a percentage chance you'll see that. We'll go over that here in a little bit. But you can finally visit other parts of the map with your settlers through various events and activities. Visiting a different map will load a predefined area where the player can pursue a variety of tasks and objectives. When it comes to these secondary maps, now here's a nice little short list for you. Your settlers will always be spawned as draft units, but you can undraft them. You can manipulate the map as well. You'll see here in a little bit. During a play, I attacked a settlement and undrafted everybody and just started chopping down trees because I didn't want to engage in combat because we were severely outnumbered. So you can save while on another map. You'll not be, and a huge emphasis on this, you will not be able to return to your settlement until you leave the secondary map. You can take resources from the secondary maps as long as you have space, so keep that in mind. The good news is that you can send a new caravan to collect the remaining resources. It creates a mark on the map as a point of interest where an ambush happened or a raid happened or something, and everything that was left behind will be there for a short period until it naturally decays. So if the secondary map is deleted somehow, you can reload the game and everything will be fine. Historical records will remember the stuff that happened on that secondary map as well. It'll be logged in your book. Enemies will do a small patrol on that secondary map, so you could run into enemies again. Enemies on the secondary map will also alert those close that it's time to attack. You can build on these maps as well, so keep that in mind, but you won't be able to go back and use that building or whatever. But if you need to just throw up a quick wall, something like that to block off a siege, or if you need to set up a stand, or say you have archers and you need to give yourself a height advantage, you can definitely build something really quick. Although keep in mind that if you don't bring the resources with you, you're going to have to use whatever's on hand there, which I'll show you in a minute. So again, first things first, ambushes. You'll get a nice little pop-up on your screen that will tell you, ambush, no warning, guys came out. You can jump to the location. So there's a chance that your caravan will be ambushed. Don't worry, the ambush chance will be shown when you create the caravan screen. It'll tell you you have, 60%, 67%, 33%, whatever. If the caravan, is ambushed, the player will have a chance to negotiate with the attackers. So you don't necessarily have to immediately jump into combat. You can negotiate your way out of it and say, hey, look, here's a little bit of gold. Why don't you get out of our way? But it depends. It'll give you a full breakdown on what you're being attacked by. So you can negotiate. The enemies will demand resources, wealth, all kinds of things. You can fight, just have at it, or you can bail. However, you will leave stuff behind, so to speak. Some of the resources, especially larger amounts, will get left behind when you try and run. So keep that in mind as well. The ambush chance can also be influenced by the difficulty setting. So obviously, the higher the difficulty, the higher likelihood that you will be ambushed. And the higher likelihood that the ambushers will be a lot stronger too. So keep that in mind. Your regional influence also has a little bit of play into this as well. Now, loot stashes. You can find hidden stashes all over the map while you're out traveling around, stuff with wild animals, everything like that. A beggar event has been added to the game. These events will trigger from time to time. A beggar will appear at your settlement asking for a small amount of food, gold, resources, whatever. In exchange, they can disclose a location where maybe there's a hidden stash. You got to go out and get it, come back. Usually takes about 10-15 day cycle. Loot stashes are essentially small map locations that have some resources stashed away. They come in two varieties. They come as a puzzle loot stash where you have to figure out how to get to it, or a combat loot stash where you got to fight either some wild animals or what have you to get to the loot stash. I have not encountered loot stashes yet, but I have seen some stuff. I've seen some screenshots, some videos. It looks super awesome. Looks like it's just another step in the story. Makes sense. So go check that out. The big thing, though, that I have done is Bandit Camps. So there are hostile Bandit Camps marked on the maps as well, permanently hostile, right? Going after them will greatly improve the relationships with everybody. I myself decided to descend upon a cannibal tribe that was very, very far away. I did that on purpose because I wanted to see if I would encounter any events along the way. Bandit Camps, like loot stashes, will have various resources. They will have to be claimed through victory. You gotta destroy the Bandit Camp and move the little meter at the top just like you would in a normal raid, except for now you are the aggressor, not the defender. And the difficulty does not scale with the strength of your settlement. So they are going to be set. Say they have 39 people, they will always have 39 people. It's not like as you get bigger and stronger, they get bigger and stronger. Don't got to worry about that. But you do have to worry about it if you try and attack early on. You will see that I took 6 people, tried to attack a settlement. Like I said, 39 popped up. They were all very well equipped. They had a good little layout. So I might revisit it at a later day. Now the enemy settlements themselves, if you have a faction that is hostile or permanently hostile on the map, you can set a caravan just straight up to attack them. If you are friendly with them, you'll do business with them. You won't engage in combat unless you choose to once you get there, and that's a whole nother thing. But if you're already hostile or if you're permanently hostile, you'll automatically go on the offensive. So enemy settlements have the most loot. Enemy settlements are intentionally stronger with larger number of enemies. After defeating the enemy units in the enemy settlement, those settlements can be looted for 10 days. The disabled status will last for the next 50 days, after which the settlement will regenerate. So you get 10 days to loot it, 50 days where they won't do anything, they won't come for you, you can't come back for them, and then they'll slowly start to regenerate and rebuild. Defeating a settlement will improve your relationships with the factions that are also hostile with them. So if you and the Heresy of the Rose both hate this other tribe and then you go and wipe them, the Heresy of the Rose will be super happy that you did them a favor. So keep that in mind as well. There are a few region map changes, so go and check that out. All of this is available. The full breakdown is available on Steam. If you go there, you can read through. That is pretty much what I've given you guys the crash course in here. So all these additions led us to make some changes to the regional map. There's no longer static bandit camps, save, start, and peace mode, all that jazz. Extortions can now end in a tie, so you'll see that here in the video. Merchant NPC now has a dagger or a staff as a weapon. So no more just, completely harmless adventurers. When a fire projectile hits a wall, it will burn for a bit. No fire damage on the wall, just a bit of temperature damage. And a particle effect now spawns when the building foundation appears. And then there is a slew of bug fixes and improvements. Some known issues that they are currently working on, as well as a disclaimer on the transition from experimental into main. So go and check that out. But yes, update 16 is live. It is fantastic. You will see here in the video. I'll leave it going in the background for you. But I initiated a raid on an enemy settlement. We got ambushed. All of this, again, is predicated on unlocking cartography. So make sure, if you want to go out and about in the world, get cartography. Put down a cartographer's table, and pull up the map. And go check it out. But yep, update 16 live right now. Thank you guys so much. Go check it out. Well, that's going to do it for today, so thank you so much for joining me on yet another epic adventure. But more importantly, I want to give a huge thank you to all of the supporters you see here. Your continued support allows me to put out such wonderful content, so thank you yet again. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to head over and subscribe, like and comment on videos as well, follow on Instagram, become a member here on YouTube or on Patreon, and join the ever-growing community that is Bears and Beans. As always, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. You're an amazing and wonderful community, and I'll see you in the next one.